eat a carrot. So what's up, Doc? Carrots are very good for you. We're going to feature them in our recipe today. Listen, today was my birthday bash, and you're all invited. I'm really excited. We're going to make a simple, non-cooking dish today, gazpacho. And we're going to say some hellos to some people just after our opening coming up that we met in Santa Barbara yesterday. And we really would appreciate you, as you're watching, wish me a happy birthday. I've had well over almost 200 birthday wishes today, and I'm just blown away. And would love to have you say happy birthday to me as well. And we'll put your name up if you do that. I'm Mark Alyn, along with Ray Hinton from Santa Barbara Grip and Lighting. And of course, Carol is here as well. And we're all here. We're going to meet our guest, who is one of our oldest foodie friends. Oh, I said it. That we have. Anyway, we'll be back. And we are live here on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. And we really would appreciate your saying hi. Charlie Carno, hello. Happy birthday, Uncle Mark. Yes, Charlie is my nephew, one of my nephews, and thank you. He is in New York City. Thank you, Charlie. And this is a kosher recipe. Charlie keeps kosher. So, and if you're vegan, I'm going to give you vegan options as well. If you're watching right now, say hello. We really would appreciate it. We're going to go to Louisville, Kentucky, home of the bluegrass. Louisville. Is that how they?
Louisville.
I think
Louisville.
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 All right, let's bring in Heidi Levy,
Ull.
who.
Hey, I made you a cake.
Oh my!
I know. You know, it's hard to keep it a surprise when you don't know how long it takes to light the candles. But Carol, are you ready to sing Happy Birthday?
Well,
are we going to do that now?
Well, I don't know. I have the cake here.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, wait a second. It looks like that's a forest fire. I'm not that old.
It's only 12. I didn't know how old you are.
Oh, okay. Well, let's blow them out.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mark. Happy birthday to you. And I'll do you the honor of I'll do you the favor of blowing out your candles.
All right. Wait. Yes. Thank you.
So I want you to know I made this cake out of Twinkies. Remember we talked the other day about Twinkies?
Hey, that's Jeff Levy. Thanks, Jeff. Jeff has to cook. We have the whole Levy family are cooks. Elizabeth, their youngest, actually created this recipe that we're going to be doing. Jennifer Abernathy says happy birthday. Thank you. Denise Anderson's up too. Thank you, Denise. We're going to be making, oh, that's so nice. Thank you very much. Roger says happy birthday. Hey, really, Roger's an editor of some kind. I don't know what he does. You know, they don't tell me. Yeah, you know, I tell them, hey, if you ever need voiceover guys, you know, that's what I do. They ignore me. Anyway, we're going to make a gazpacho. We're going to make the Portland gazpacho and have some fun doing it. If you have any comments about what we're doing, let us know. I will be saying hello to, I'm going to take this. So before we start, I forgot this. Thank you. I appreciate that, Honest. Honest, let us know where you're watching from, okay? Yesterday, my wife took me out to a wonderful lunch. Carol took me out. We went to Stella Mare in Santa Barbara, and we met two young women who were celebrating one of their birthdays, and her name is Gail Young. Gail, if you're watching, say hi. I don't remember the name. Kathy, I don't. We never met. The elementary school, former elementary school teacher who was going to help me with my cursive because it's so bad. Anyway, happy birthday to Gail Young, and we really appreciate that. And I had one comment today that said I remind them of Jack Benny, except I don't have blue eyes. He said you're only 39, so thank you very much. All right, we're going to start. We got to work. We have work to do.
Or the way I figure it, you're only 12.
Oh,
Okay, you're
well, actually, I'm a guy, and as you know, guys only grow up to be about 12,
don't I
right?
know that?
All right, we have a bunch of fresh vegetables in front of me, and we're going to put them into my Cuisinart. I'm going to start with celery. I don't know why, but I am. And I'm going to chop it into some chunks. Now, there's a technique when you're putting this into a Cuisinart. And the technique is you pulse, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Here we go. Whoop. And you just go like this. It just occurred to me, my other nephew, Roger Carno, is a vegan, so or vegetarian, and so this is a perfect recipe for him. Even though we're going to be adding some dairy, you can use non-dairy sour cream and yogurt. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to add a piece of Vidalia onion. And Vidalia onion is literally sweet. We talked to somebody a couple of weeks ago who'll be on the show. He made a marinara sauce, and he lives not far from where they grow these. And again, I'm pulsing this because if I don't pulse this, what'll happen is it'll turn into mush. And as you can see, I have an old Cuisinart. So Cuisinart, if you're watching, gifts are gratefully accepted. Not necessary, but gratefully accepted. Okay. Well, it happens to everybody. It's plugged in. There we go. All right. Next, we're going to put in a carrot, and that'll add a touch of sweet. I'm not going to mess up the settings. We'll do that. There. No. All right. I've got 2 cucumbers. The recipe that we're working with has calls for 1.5 cucumbers. I'm going to use 2. I find that, and Heidi, jump in whenever you like, please. I'm curious about something. I find some cucumber peel is bitter. And so what I do is I don't take it all off, I just take most of it off. How about you?
Well, if you're using cucumbers that are organic, you're unlikely to have any wax on them. But oftentimes, cucumbers also have wax on them, so it's a good idea to peel them off if you don't want to eat the wax.
Some of the organic cucumbers and foods have organic wax, and that's edible. But I'd rather not eat it.
Right. And also, if you use, you can also use the little Persian cucumbers, and you don't have to peel them at all because their skin is so gentle and thin.
It is, and I love
But
those.
I love those, but you'd have to have probably 4 of the Persian cucumbers to match up the amount of cucumber you're going to be using in this recipe.
Right. Okay.
I love cucumbers. I just like to eat a cucumber raw.
That
I
Carol
find it
does
refreshing.
too. Carol
Yeah.
does too.
And
All
I
right.
like the
So
fragrance of it too. It somehow calms me.
cucumbers, cooling
Yeah.
cucumber.
Yeah. I think that's why they put it in eye patches and things.
Yes. I should be doing that on my face. I
I
actually have decided I want my face pressed. I think that
well,
would help.
I've heard of that. You can do it with a hot spoon. Seriously, you could just get a spoon hot and then just hold it against the wrinkle that you want, and then. But I don't worry about that anymore because I think I've earned it. I think I've earned how my face looks, and and you know what? I'm not in front of the public all the time either, so it's a little
Well,
different.
remember we were talking about 12-year-old boys. I'm vain. Now, I'm also going to throw in with the cucumber now some garlic because
Yes.
okay, we have a
That's looking great.
zucchini. Yeah, it's looking great. And I've got a zucchini here. I don't have to. Now, zucchini is not my favorite vegetable. I have to be honest. I don't like broccoli either. The recipe calls for half a zucchini, and that's what I'm going to put in here.
Yeah, it gives it a little kind of woodsy, kind of a more garden flavor. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but that kind of a woodsy, savory. That's what
Got it.
zucchini do. But they're gentle. It's a gentle thing.
Now, what I'm going to do is we're almost done with this. So I'm going to open this up, move our bowl here. I'm going to show you this. And it smells really, really good. And okay, now I'm going to rebuild the Cuisinart. And I'm going to put in some tomatoes. Now, the tomatoes, we always wash all of our vegetables, right? Do you have a corer?
I do.
I love this thing. I love it when it works. And look what it's done. Oh, here.
I know.
Right? It's just
It's
great.
magic. I know. It's wonderful.
It is.
There's nothing like having the proper tool.
Yes. And you twist it, and sometimes it comes out, and sometimes it comes out the other end. And we can throw that away. I have a little compost pile that I'm building with all the extras. All right, now I'm going to cut the tomato. And normally I would seed this, but I think we need the liquid from that. Okay. Next week on our show, in a pre-recorded show, we are going to feature our friend Kristen Hemingway James. Kristen has written a book about her great-grandfather, Ernest Hemingway. I'm cutting away some pulp in here, some green in the tomato. Okay. What a mess. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to cut the tomato. And again, you don't want to pulverize the tomato, do you?
No. You just want chunks, yeah.
Yes. Now, I've made gazpacho where after I have all these vegetables, I actually add a can of V8 juice or tomato juice.
Yep, that's how we've done it for decades in our house. This recipe is meant to be like a white gazpacho, which is why the sour cream is mixed in and the yogurt as the broth of the soup.
Got it. Well, I'm going to chop these up now. And again, it's just a quick pulse. And we have some mint that we're going to add, and I'll add a handful of that. And I'm sorry? Oh, it's homegrown mint, yes. It's actually homegrown weed mint because we planted it in our garden, I don't know how many years ago, and it is all over the garden now. Okay, we'll mix in the, oh, yes, Denise, I think Heidi has answered that. The question is, Heidi?
Yes, you can use Persian cucumbers and it would be delightful. And then you don't have to peel them at all.
Oh, and Brian McGowan. Hope you have a wonderfully happy birthday. All of our best love from Brian and Servette. Thank you very much from Pittsburgh, not California, because there's a Pittsburgh, California. Ray, you and I had an office in Pittsburgh, California.
Did?
We did. And Denise, zucchini is definitely my favorite. We can't be friends anymore. You probably like broccoli too. Okay. Right. Thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Hope all is well with you and your family. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring some dairy over. I'm going to bring some organic sour cream. Now, if you're lactose intolerant, you can use a sour cream substitute. Or if you don't want to make it creamy, you can use the vegetable juice that we were talking about earlier. Carol, were we going to use all of this? Oh,
You're
half
going to
of it. We're going to use half of this.
Mark, before you put it in there,
Yeah.
even though you're going to reserve half of it, take a fork and mix that up so that you break it up and make it a little more fluid.
Gotcha. Whoa. How's that?
Good. Yep. That's
All
good.
right. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add about half of this. And I'll put it back here.
And your yogurt.
Mix that in. I haven't forgotten. Now, that was, by the way, that yogurt, that sour cream is organic, and it's Whole Foods brand. And
Yum.
not only do I like the flavor and the fact that it's organic, it's actually cheaper than many other brands that are not. It blows me away. All right, and then I have some yogurt. Now, we've been eating this yogurt, and this is Stony Feld organic yogurt. What was that? Gail Young. Hey, and this is thank you, Gail. It's her birthday too, to quote "I Love Lucy." Her birthday too. And Gail, thank you very much. Really a pleasure meeting you. Hey, do me a favor, Gail. What is the name of your dining companion? Okay. So, all right. Mara Sweeney, thank you. Enjoy. Mara, where are you watching us from? Okay. Boy, did I get a mess there. Now, I'm going to add one more thing to this, and that is some horseradish to give it some zest.
And a little salt.
And
Two
a little
things.
salt. Oh, and I've got the salt behind me. we try not to cook with salt. We're going to add about a tablespoon of horseradish, and this is prepared horseradish. A couple of weeks ago, I actually bought a horseradish root. Oh, does that have a kick?
Talk about having to leave the neighborhood.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes. So we don't cook with a lot of salt, as I think you know, Heidi.
Fine. Yeah.
So
You can give it a little taste and see what you think.
Clearwater, Florida. Maura, thank you very
Wow.
much. Hey, thank you. I've been there. I had a great massage in Clearwater, and then I also had somebody. No, really did. That didn't come off right. And I had a client there, and he took me fishing, and out in the Gulf of Mexico. Do you fish, Ray?
A little bit.
A little bit. So we were out there in the Gulf of Mexico, and he said, "Mark, are you okay?" Because I was turning absolutely chartreuse, and I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." He said, "Well, do you know how to swim?" I said, "Yeah, I can know how to swim." And we were all barefoot, on this little boat. He threw me into the water, instantly cured my seasickness. And then
Was
the
that
fear,
the
the
things that?
fear of sharks. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your line.
No, it's okay. All right, I added some salt.
Well, that looks perfect. That looks like exactly how we make it, and we like it thick like that. And then
Yes.
we eat it with a spoon rather than drink it. Some people drink gazpacho, like classic gazpacho,
Right.
but we like to eat ours with a spoon, and it's a and I know you'll give it a try, and you let me know if you think you need anything else. You talked about maybe some red pepper flakes to be
Right.
added,
So I'm going to
or
take a little bit of this right now, like that,
yep.
and taste it. Now, one of the things is once you've done this, you should put it in your refrigerator for a couple of hours to let it
Yes,
meld.
right,
But this will
right.
give us a good taste.
A good taste,
idea,
yeah.
right?
And I want to say again that this was a recipe developed by my then 12-year-old daughter based on what was growing in our garden at the time. And and then we, of course, we didn't grow yogurt and sour cream, but all the other
When
things
you
we
went
grew
out
in.
and milked the cow.
We didn't milk the cow that day.
Have
But yeah,
but you made haven't you made your own yogurt? Carol used to make her
oh
own
yeah,
yogurt.
we make our own yogurt a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I would like it a little zestier. And I would top this, maybe you could use dill. We've got
Yeah.
rosemary in our garden,
Yes.
the red pepper,
Right.
even basil.
Absolutely. And if you want a little sprinkling of rice vinegar, we'll add a little spritz to it, a little sparkle. And then if you don't like it that thick, you can also just add some other kind of either dairy, or you can add your aforementioned V8 juice if you'd like,
Got
just
it.
to loosen it up. But yeah, it's a recipe that is very forgiving and very personable. I mean, is that the right word? Anyway, and the reason we make it this way without a lot of spice is that it's also very appealing to children without all the spice in it.
I know some kids who really like spice.
Yeah, my grandchildren all three like spice. Yeah,
Yeah.
but growing up, my kids weren't all that excited about hot flavors.
I'm
They
trying
are
to
now,
remember.
but
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember because I'm only 12. I can't remember being a kid. I'm going to take another bite of this. And did it again. Heidi did a show with us not long ago. We had many views. It was tea sandwiches, and they were fabulous, and that was a lot of fun.
thank you.
We really appreciate your playing with us, Heidi. Thank you.
And this is a really good summer dinner because this requires no cooking, so you don't have to heat up your kitchen. It uses all the wonderful things of summer, and you could eat that with tea sandwiches too.
Ooh, I hadn't thought about that. Actually, you know what we're going to eat this with? We're going to make shrimp cocktails later.
Lovely.
right?
That's lovely.
So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
we'll have that off to the side. This is
And
really good.
I'm so glad. And the other thing that we always do with our gazpacho, if we don't live in Louisville where it's so blinking humid, we would make we would make our own sourdough croutons, and I would buy a nice, beautiful artisan loaf of sourdough bread, cut it into big cubes, and then I would roast them in the oven with butter and garlic, and they were absolutely to die for. And I was not stingy with the butter, so the croutons were lovely. They were like eating garlic bread, but little chunks. It was wonderful.
And Denise says that it was a great segment, and they love afternoon tea. Yeah,
Oh,
we love going to afternoon tea too.
yeah. Yeah.
It's
Thanks, Denise. I think I saw some of her comments last time about the tea.
yes, exactly. I'm eating.
Well, good. And don't you feel just healthier eating food like that?
It
That's just, those are the
really,
gifts of the earth, the
yeah.
gifts of the earth right into our bodies to make us healthier.
I have to tell you that there are so many people who may be single. They could be 20, they could be 50, they could be in their 60s or 70s. Maybe they're divorced, maybe they have lost a spouse, and the kitchen is where they stack empty pizza boxes
Right.
and
Right.
leftover McDonald's bags. And I have nothing against that once in a while. But folks, get into the kitchen. Carol and I on Sunday, we cooked together. I don't remember what we cooked, but we cooked together. And she did some of it, I did some of it. It was so much fun. Then we had a marvelous lunch yesterday for my birthday. And I thank everybody for the wishes. Bill Frank wrote me a note earlier today saying he didn't know how old I was, but he thought I was like Jack Benny. I started the program with that, and I'm sticking to it. I'm 39.
And the other tip about cooking for yourself is that if you take the time, there's no reason why you couldn't eat this soup the next day and even the next day. Or if you get bored of it, put it in the freezer and then you'll have it next time.
Will this
So,
freeze well?
yeah, you can freeze that. It's not going to be the lovely crunchy thing that you're eating right this moment, but it would be certain you could use it as the basis of a spaghetti sauce or a marinara sauce. You could use it for topping a little homemade pizza. It's versatile. I mean, the sour cream might split, but that doesn't matter so much.
Right.
It's what matters is getting really good, wholesome, whole foods into your body. And
Absolutely. And this is terrific. And with your sourdough croutons, I know you said you didn't skimp on the butter, but you
right.
don't skimp on the garlic, because
No, oh, never. Oh, never.
never, right?
Oh, I live for garlic
Yes,
and Twinkies.
and Twinkies.
I'm
Well, you,
kidding. I'm kidding. I don't live for Twinkies, but it was fun making your cake with them today, I have
I
to say.
listen. Thank you so much. That was such a nice surprise. I can't believe it. Listen, everybody. Thank you very much. Next week we're making two things. We're featuring a book called Ernest's Way, Ernest Hemingway or Papa, and Papa's Pilar, which is a Key West based rum distillery, sent us some bottles of rum. So we did a little rum tasting. And then our friend Kristen Hemingway Janes directed us into making a Hemingway daiquiri with the rum. And then we made a shrimp scampi. And apparently Ernest was in 2 airplane crashes and survived. And his remedy was drinking an Italian wine and making and eating scampi risotto. So we made the scampi, and that'll be featured next week here on Mark Alyn Cooks. Heidi, will you come back? Will you do it again?
Absolutely, absolutely. I love it. I love you and Carol, and now I love Ray also. So absolutely,
Good.
anytime you want.
Ray said thank you. All right, everybody, have a great day. Thank you very much for making my birthday bash really spectacular. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.